Hi, this is Chris again from U3D It, and in this video we're going to show you how to upload a 3D design file that you've created so that you can get quotes on 3D printing, laser cutting, CNC machining, and any other form of digital or advanced manufacturing technique. Um, Again, this requires that you have an account at u3dit.com. You can sort of browse our homepage to see kind of who we work with, how the process works, and some customer testimonials. You can see some machines here nearby us in the Berkeley, Oakland area, and other projects that we came through. And actually, we just did a video on how to create a new design project. And so you'll see here we're going to modify this Cal project to become a fabrication-only project. So I'm going to log back in. If you've forgotten your password, we have a forgotten password mechanism there. Okay, so if I just come over here to my projects, we should see that I have one project, this Cal project, and you can see in our description below a link to how to create a new design-only project or design project. But let's open up this one and look at it real quick. This is our project, so we can edit it and we can tweak things. You'll see that we have this random STL file, which we didn't really, this is not really for this project, but nevertheless, you can see it sits there, and clearly that's not really a design file that we want for this, but nevertheless, that's how if this were going to be a fabrication project, that's how we get it. So you can see here that I don't have an address. You should always add an address here, so I can add our corporate headquarter address here. Not a problem. And we'll just call this guy Buddy, our customer service guy. Oops, I probably didn't save that, but that's okay. So we'll call this work, and then this is 2150 Shattuck. Yeah, so just go through to fill this out. But this is important so that we can actually ship you your parts, right? And that way our fabricators worldwide can sort of determine, hey, am I close to this person? And if they're close to you, then you have delivery options which can actually reduce cost on your manufacturing quite a bit. So anyhow, I'm just going to do this really quickly and add new address, and you'll see your location pop up to the right. Fantastic. Okay, so back to where we were before. As you can tell, I like to get into the weeds here. So in this case, we're going to edit this project. We said this was going to be a design project, but since we uploaded an STL file, this is actually kind of poised for fabrication. So I'm going to get rid of this design work needed. And you'll see that it's going to say choose your fabrication package, right? So again, we have these three kind of tiers: simple, technical, and artistic. If you hover over, you can kind of see some details. It also tells you over here a little bit about it. But this is actually something that this is really just to help our fabricators understand what your budget is, right? So a lot of people end up in the simple bronze category, don't really want to pay anything up front, and we get that. But that being said, that sort of filters out a lot of our serious fabricators who are in our network. They don't really want to work with people who really aren't going to be spending a lot of money. So that's fine. You sort of limit it like this, then you'll get some of our desktop manufacturers, and they're great. They just don't tend to have a lot of high production capability. So just consider that. And in this case, for fabrication only, you don't actually have to pay. We say amount required prior to start fabrication, 500. It's not actually accurate. And so what I would do is just say, look, I'm going to update this project, and you'll see that now that we have this 3D file and we've updated it, it'll show designed, and now we have this project as it's ready to receive quotes. So if I were to go into another account, let's just go to my personal account here, u3dit.com, and I should have access as a fabricator. I can come in here, I'll allow that, and I'll log in. ChrisDiacroy@com. See if we get this in. And I can, as a fabricator now, I can sort of look at this and I can apply to fabricate it, right? So I could say, okay, I see the file, I want 100, I don't know what type of material, and so somebody will come in here and say, okay, well, I'll make those at $10 each. It'll take us 2 weeks, and then I can choose my machine, and then it's just type in machines and be like, hi, we gave you a bulk, fabrication rate, happy to deliver locally, right? Because we can see the project locations in Berkeley, obviously our headquarters is in Berkeley. And then here's an opportunity for our fabricator to show you to show you whatever sort of image or certain sort of screenshot that would be representative of their fabrication process or prior work. So we're going to add the quote, come through here, and you can see now that I've added this quote. You can see that the price to the customer is going to be $1,200. So let's go back to the other account, right? So we'll come here, and we'll come back to the home page. And normally you'll get an email, and so when you click that email, it'll take you right to this page. But either way, you can log in. You can see, oh wow, I have a review my quotes. This is now my project, right? So it's I can review this quote, the one that I just submitted from the other account. And now I can see, okay, so now I have a quote from, who guessed it, Chris McCoy. And I could come in here and I could decide if I wanted to pay for this quote. I could choose it and pay for it. It'd take 2 weeks, and then come through and choose and pay. And so the other benefit here is that you can choose multiple quotes. If let's just choose this quote. I'm not going to pay for it right now because I really don't want 1,000 of these things. But I would come in here and pay now. And that would start the fabrication process. You'd see our service costs and everything else. I could check out, and you'll get our standard Stripe payment gateway. And then you're good to go. And once you see that happen, you'll start to see, you'll start to see that our fabricators will start work, and you'll be communicating directly with our fabricator. And the money is held in escrow. It doesn't go directly to our fabricator. U3D, it holds on to that money to make sure that you actually get what you wanted. So that's pretty much how you upload a project for manufacturing or fabrication only. Again, if we come back here to this project, the key differentiators are that we have this 3D model attached to our this supporting design file, and then we have the description and everything else, right? So keep that in mind. Make sure your design file parameters match up to what you actually want. A lot of times we get inch to millimeter conversion issues. And so, and that's that. And then also make sure that you have your address up to date. And, it's always nice to tell us what your name is. And I think I did this at the beginning of the video, didn't hit save. So I'm just going to write buddy and say update. And obviously that's important for, when we ship this, to put a name on something. Cool. So if you have any questions, reach out to us at info@u3dit.com or support@u3dit.com. Until your next project. Thanks so much. Cheers.